All right, everybody, welcome back. What we got up next is our Dallas Cowboys
NFC East champions, NFC East leaders.
What we will be discussing is basically we're going to summarize everything, recap the last week's game, probably preview next week after the bye week, and just talk about the current status of where we are right now with injuries.
Give you that state of the Cowboys address.
Yeah, ain't that what Jerry called it?
Yeah, he gets his at the start of the year. We're going to do
during training camp
a mid-year review since we are in the bye week.
So let me ask you right now, Joe. As a Cowboys fan, how confident are you going into what week 8 versus the New York Football Giants?
Yeah.
And what you've seen the last 3 weeks, Jets, Green Bay, Philadelphia.
So I'm confident in my team for a couple of reasons. First things first, our offense is there. We start slow. That's what I worry about.
That's the theme of the year.
We start off slow. Our defense gives up scores. Our defense has not been what we thought it was going to be, but our offense is more explosive than we ever imagined it could be. When Kellen Moore's got the reins, this offense looks dynamic. It looks like a modern offense, not a 1990s Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan antique offense. Our guys are, for the most part, we're getting healthy. We got the bye week to finish getting healthy. Losing to the Jets was very discouraging because we made those guys look like world beaters. And I get it. Your quarterback's coming back. You want to play up for him. You want to rally around him. They played that game hard, and we played that game like we just expected to show up and win that game. Then you go, we got Green Bay, and we're looking like, okay, we already know Green Bay has done things to us in the past. But you're playing Green Bay at home. Aaron Rodgers loves it in the AT&T Stadium.
I think it's called Aaron's World.
And you basically give away a game. Before you know it, you're down, 28-3? Something like that. Yeah. 27-3, whatever it was. And you're looking like, damn, what the hell just happened? And Dak plays you right back into it. He gets you right back into, a competitive game. Then you come out against the Eagles, and you do to the Eagles what you should have been doing to every team you've played so far, and that's you put 4 quarters of football together, and you dominate both sides of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams. Brett Maher hitting a 63.
But this has always been the thing. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Your time.
You're good.
Brett Maher, I have confidence in Brett Maher from 55 plus. I'm confident.
I'll take him from 50 and out. I'll take that.
When his ass get to 35, 25, I'm like, man, let Chris Jones do it. Where's Dan?
Where's Jeff Heath? Jeff Heath.
Like, this guy is terrible from close range on field goals, man. But, I kind of agree with your sentiments, man. I think, obviously, losing to the Jets was discouraging. But like I said on this show, Jets were going to win that ball game. We always lose.
You did say that.
Football games, we are supposed to win.
What I got tired of hearing was, the Cowboys just beat sorry teams.
Yeah, man, I got tired of it.
They can't beat no good teams.
But see, here's the thing with Green Bay. I disagree with you that we should have beaten Green Bay. And the only reason I disagree with you is because they have the better quarterback. Yeah, it was more so them running the ball.
Yeah, he didn't beat you.
But here's the game plan that they had. is the game plan we should have had. Bro, the running back, he killed us the year before. Aaron Jones. The guy had 4 touchdowns this game, man.
He was like Al Bundy, 4 touchdowns in one game.
Like, we couldn't. If we're trying to throw our way back into the game and we're one-dimensional, we're bound to have some mess-ups. We're going to throw picks.
And the defense knows what's coming.
Yeah, we're going to turn the ball over. Then we got the Eagles. I mean, I expected us to beat the Eagles given everything that's going on. We talked about it earlier. But I expected it to be more competitive.
That beatdown was unexpected.
I was really expecting it to be more. Now, what I was surprised by is how well DeMarcus Lawrence showed up. This is his first sack versus Philly.
Versus Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson's never given up a sack to him, and Tank got rid of that stat right off the bat.
I was surprised at how well we ran the ball because I think they were number 1 in the league in run defense. Their secondary is abysmal.
And then I think that's some of that run defense stat has to do with the fact that their secondary is what it is.
Yeah.
And why are you going to run the ball when you can just bomb it on them all day?
I mean, we had some, but Dak made some throws that we've been wanting to see Dak throw.
I love it. It was a different offense from the Jets game and the Green Bay game to the Philly game.
And like you said, it was just more of a complete complementary football, like how they like to use it. Team win. Offense showed up. Defense showed up. Kicking game showed up. I mean, I was really surprised by some of the throws that Dak made with the slug over out to Amari Cooper. I think that went for like 35, 40 yards.
That was nice, right on the sideline.
Right up the rail, right out the break, where he caught it, kind of jumped for it on Jalen Mills. And Amari Cooper is a Philadelphia Eagle world beater. He kills the Eagles.
He killed them last year by himself.
Like, alone. And then I was really surprised. Now, I don't think that Jason Garrett takes over play calling like some of us tend to think. I think it's just the way the game goes. Like, we are a running team. We want to establish the run first and set up play action. We're run first, play action. When you look at Dak's stat from play action to dropbacks, there's a significant difference in his completion percentage. I think that, one, when we're not playing from a large deficit like we did versus Green Bay, like we did versus the Jets, and by the way, the Jets game was so reminiscent of the Titans last year, I couldn't even watch it. It was that bad.
It was trash, too.
It was god-awful. But when you don't play from a large deficit, you can do what you want to do. Now, the only question that I really have now is how can we put together a win when we face some adversity, when we're playing from behind by 7 or 14 points. I'm confident in a few players. The defense is looking real shaky, though.
The offense prior to Kellen Moore taking over was not built to play from behind.
No.
It just wasn't. If you're down 7 to 10 points in that old offense, you're done.
You're out.
You're done because we were, let's just pound the rock, control the ball, kill the clock, and then, we'll make it a 13-10 game.
Exactly.
And now you see Moore, and he's like, you know what, to hell with it. Let's air it out. Let's get some points, and let's play that style of football. But like you said, the defense is shaky. I heard something on the radio that kind of surprised me, and that was that like everybody has input on the offensive play calling.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like this coach has first downs, and this coach has second downs, and this coach has third downs, and what plays do you think are good? And I'm like, why? Why not just let Kellen do what Kellen does? And I think, I really do feel like with the Saints game, Garrett's fingerprints were all over that game plan. And the same thing with the Jets. It didn't look like the same.
I mean, when you look at it at the end of the day, man, it's still Kellen Moore is a Scott Linehan guy. The offense is going to look similar. The only thing that looks different about our offense now is the pass game. We motion more. We have more deep routes. I'm really kind of. I just can't say Jason Garrett's fingerprints were on those games because I do believe. I don't know how much of this is true about what you just said with the coaches and their input on the offensive play calling, but I have heard Jason Garrett say that it is a collective effort from him, Kellen Moore, and Dak. And Kellen has seconded that and said, yeah, Dak, he tells me what plays he likes, what plays he doesn't like, and we add some, remove some, just depending on the game plan. My whole thing is I don't want to get away from what we really are, which is a running team, but I do want to let Dak progress and start throwing the ball. We don't always have to take the intermediate routes or the short routes. Let's get those deep routes. And he's shown the ability to do that. Now, defensively, prior to last week, I had serious questions about this defense. Serious questions. We couldn't get, other than Robert Quinn, we couldn't rush the passer. We couldn't stop the run if it was coming out our nose.
Yeah, Van Der Esch and Jalen have not looked as good as they did last year. And I'm saying they still don't.
Now, I mean, they look good in this last game. I think Jalen is more of a pass rusher linebacker. And if you let Sean Lee and Van Der Esch play in space and take the tight ends, I think we'll be good there, specifically Van Der Esch, but he's kind of injured now.
He got beat by Goddard on that bomb.
I mean, Goddard is pretty quick, though.
He mossed him at the end of that catch, too.
If you, but I mean, with the performance that we put on versus Philly, and then adding Michael Bennett, this what was it, yesterday?
Yesterday, that was the big trade for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
we traded a 7th, possibly a 6th, just depending on some conditions of him passing the physical and his performance. Cowboys got him for cheap, man. You figure we gave up a 7th. New England gave up a 5th for him, and they got rid of him for a 7th.
Yeah, he's definitely bounced around, but you got a guy that can play defensive end and defensive tackle. And with the loss of Tyrone Crawford, that's going to be major.
Jerry basically said any of the snaps Tyrone Crawford was going to get, just replace Michael Bennett. That's what we're going to use him as. And when I heard Michael Bennett was coming, I look at him, man, as that 3-tech. You got Antoine Woods playing that nose. You put Bennett at the 3. And you put Quinn and Tank on the outside. To me, that's how I envisioned it. But I guess Bennett's going to be more of a, hey, man, take a breath and I'll come in kind of guy.
I think early on he'll be that way.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, Tyrone Crawford was playing defensive tackle inside. So if he's replacing Tyrone Crawford, he's easily our third best
interior, yeah.
But I think that it was a good pickup though, man. Like I hated Michael Bennett when we played him versus the Seahawks.
I hate those stupid shoulder pads.
I hate them shoulder pads. But he just always caused trouble for both Romo and Dak. But
that bootleg that Dak ran last year, Michael Bennett sniffed it out and it just looked bad.
No, I think that was 2017.
Was it?
Yeah, that was 2017, the last game of the season when Zeke came back from suspension. Or the second to last game.
Put that work on him.
Yeah, man. That was a good addition though. So I like that. I kind of like the way the Cowboys are moving. They don't really tell you too much. Jerry did say that when they asked him any more blockbuster trades, this ain't blockbuster, but you can put this up here. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta remember, the Cowboys were not known for making trades here recently. Like
until Amari Cooper.
Yeah, the fans here in Dallas were accustomed to being frustrated at the trade deadline when they're like, man, we need help here, here, and here. What are we going to do? Made no splash. Did nothing with it. Then Coop last year was... He set this team on fire.
Yeah.
And I think Jerry took notice of that, and he was like, man, one guy, look what one guy did for our team.
What if we can do it again?
Yeah. And now Jerry's kind of coming around to that way of thinking of, hey, it's okay to make trades. And we're not making trades. I mean, we gave up a first for Coop, but we're not trading for. I mean, what did we give up for Quinn? A sixth?
Yeah, 6.
That's what I'm saying. Like and look at the difference Robert Quinn has made for this defensive team. Leads the team in sacks, I believe.
Yeah.
And you didn't give up anything for him. You didn't break the bank. Same thing with Michael Bennett. You're not really losing anything with a 7th or a conditional 6th. Imagine what you can do with a 4th or a 5th.
I mean, yeah,
get you a guy on the inside if you want more depth.
Yeah, we definitely not hurting ourselves with picking up these additions, but
No.
I mean, I like it, man. It kind of looks like Steven is putting his imprint on, acquiring players. We'll hear Jerry say he has final say so, but I think we all know who's doing what's going on. But as far as where we're at right now, I think prior to the start of this podcast, I said the Cowboys would go 12-4. Given the losses that we've taken, I still think we win this division, but I'm gonna go 10-6. That's my mid-season.
I think I went 11-5, but I can definitely see 9-7, 10-6. Let me just pull it up here, and we'll just kind of discuss. Coming out of the bye week, we're going to play the Giants. I consider that a win, but, not to be a homer here and be like, Dallas Cowboys are the greatest thing ever, but looking at the Giants, Daniel Jones looks better than Eli. Saquon's coming back from an injury, but their offensive line is not doing well. They're not ready to compete yet.
I don't think the Giants were ever in question of being
right
in the top 2.
Same thing with the Redskins. Oh my God, the Redskins.
Yeah, I think we got them.
They're flip-flopping back and forth between Case Keenum and Dwayne Haskins, and Dwayne Haskins looks terrible.
That was my pick to click, and he's looking like a trash heap.
He is looking like a dumpster fire right now.
I mean, what's our next 3 games?
So we have coming up, we have the Giants.
Count that as a win.
And then we play Minnesota.
Could go either way, but Dak Prescott is 4-0 versus Kirk Cousins, I believe. So. And
then we play the Lions.
We played the Lions 3 times since Dak has been here. I think this year they might get their victory versus us.
It looks like it. I mean, the Lions look like they're a pretty good little team. Then you have the Patriots on Thanksgiving.
It's a question. That's a question.
If we can play the way we played Philly, if we can keep that momentum going into that week, I have faith that the Cowboys can pull off an upset there. It's at Foxborough, so it's going to be cold. It'll probably be snowing. It's going to be one of those games where we may need to rely on Zeke. Everybody's talking about New England's defense being monsters. They haven't really played anybody. They haven't played a legitimate quarterback. So I'm not really impressed with their defense yet. I mean, Bill Belichick's always going to coach his guys up, right? But then we play the Bills. Let's see. Let's just go through it quick here. Giants, do we win that one? I say yes.
Dub.
Vikings.
Dub.
Okay. Lions.
L.
So that's 1. Patriots at New England.
Question mark. I don't know.
You want put the L?
I don't know.
Okay. Bills at home.
Dub.
Bears at Chicago.
With Trubisky, that's a dub.
Rams at home.
Dub.
Then the Eagles in Philly.
L.
And then the Redskins.
Dub.
So what you're looking at is 2 more losses. That'll put us at...
Well, that's the New England game, too.
Okay, so even at 3 more, and we have 3 now, that puts us at 10-6, maybe 11-5.
Exactly.
So I can see that. I'm excited, man. I'm hoping everybody comes back healthy off this bye week. I'm hoping we make one more splash in the trade
deadline.
Before the trade deadline. And I hope that Kellen Moore continues to be allowed to show his prowess as an offensive coordinator, because it's been looking good so far. What are you hoping to see?
I'm really just looking to see our receivers not drop the ball. Like, everything that I've seen so far, I kind of expected it.
Except the defense, maybe?
Except the defense. But if the defense can build on what they did last week, then I'm kind of looking forward to what they're going to do going forward. And I think Chris Richard will get those guys riled up. Really, I'm just looking to see our receivers and tight ends catch the ball. If we catch the ball, those 2 games that we lost versus Green Bay and
New York Jets,
the Jets, those are easy wins.
Yeah.
All we got to do is catch the ball. Just catch the ball.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that I'm looking for from this team is consistency.
Exactly.
Let's just be consistent. Let's stick to our identity. Let's play consistent football. That means defense can't start off slow. Offense can't start off slow. And I think we'll finish the season off, be in the playoffs, and be looking real nice. Other than that, you got anything else, brother?
Nah, that's it, man.
Well, thank you guys again for joining us for another week of the Shots Fired podcast. Like we tell you guys, we enjoy doing it. It's a blessing to be able to give this content to you guys. And so we hope you enjoy the show. And we hope you join us again next week.
Adios. Peace.